March 21st, 2016, a wild rumor had popped up speculating that Nintendo of Japan would be ceasing production on the Wii U at the end of this calendar year, probably to make room for the Nintendo NX. Since then, Nintendo of Japan has squashed those rumors, but it did get me thinking about the inevitable. I love the Wii U. It's the best console that I've been playing in this current generation of games, and the most fun that I've had playing video games since the Sega Dreamcast. So I kind of know that the inevitable is going to happen, and it's kind of something that I took a little bit personal. So I kind of decided to honor this really, really great and misunderstood console in the form of a top 10 list of my personal favorite Wii U games. Some of the selections on here might be surprising, maybe they're not. Who knows? Here we go!
A cute, charming adventure that includes a gigantic database of search possibilities. While it's a little more than an enhanced version of the first game, with its delightful tones and adorable atmosphere, there's a lot of tasks and Scribblenauts that can be done. As said before, the search results have been infinitely increased, leading you to want to type in anything from Legend of Zelda characters or dinosaurs. I even created a mariachi band once. I typed in US President and they essentially gave me Barack Obama. Kinda laughed. It's pretty easy to crap all over bad Sonic games, but when a good one comes along, it goes pretty much unnoticed. While Sonic Boom will be more infamous because of how legendarily bad the game was, Sonic Lost World provided a decent follow-up to the really good Sonic Colors on the Wii. Even some of the powers from the said game are used here. The game may not have been anything revolutionary for the Blue Bomber, but it offers some fun creative levels and an enjoying enough story and atmosphere. I thought the villains were entertaining in a really fun Saturday morning cartoon sort of way. Now that I think about it, I'm surprised that no Sonic game has yet to try and capture the spirit of the Sad AM and the Archie comic series. Kinda makes you think, doesn't it?
What brings you to Lego City, young lady?
This boat?
Oh, Fiddlepats!
Oh, the lesson learned here? Don't take the LEGO brand of games lightly. These are legit video games now. LEGO City Undercover is a well-made open-world style game that makes solid use of the Wii U gamepad and its functions. The world is immersive, you can unlock lots of different abilities for the various tasks that you want to complete, the humor is great for both youngsters and adults without having to be crude, and the characters are really fun and memorable, like only LEGO and Warner Brothers can do. Though those loading times were a bit of a pain.
I can't tell what's causing it, but something's taking the Dark Energon readings right off the chart. And it's coming from the same place as all those Decepticon signals.
There's no time to lose. We're going to have to leap across.
As much of a huge Gen 1 Transformer fan that I am, Transformers Prime became my favorite cartoon in the entire franchise, and the game bearing the namesake was one of the launch titles for the Wii U. It featured an all-original story with the cast from the television show reprising their roles and doing an amazing job. It boasts pretty slick visuals, probably the best looking on the early Wii U games at the time. Transformers Prime is a 3D brawler, so it's pretty simplistic yet very satisfying, making it the best Transformers game that I played since the Armada-based title on the PS2.
Here, come down into the station.
ZombiU easily became the best survival horror game that I've ever played in my life, because it was as legitimate and accurate as the genre's namesake, survival horror. Unlike other games that bear that label, they mostly come off as glorified shooters that barely puts any real aspect or focus on survival. In ZombiU, offense can sometimes be your detriment, and attempts to plow through zombies will leave you with absolutely nothing to get through. The gamepad acts as your backpack, and it's one of the few games that utilizes it to the best of its abilities. go ahead, take a shot at survival horror mode and see if you can escape with literally one life. Or in the standard campaign, if you fall in battle, you can take control of one of the various other survivors scattered throughout London, and you even have a chance to reacquire all of your old equipment were you to find your old corpse. There isn't much in the way of a story for ZombiU, but it really doesn't need one. It's a zombie apocalypse simulator, and it's the most creative and well-thought games in the genre. This did not even come close to getting its due diligence or the credit that I feel that this game truly deserves.
I got him working! Alright! Hey, can you hear my voice? Whoa! He stood up!
Yuji Naka's Baby didn't disappoint me at all. A new kind of 3D platform adventure developed by Kadokawa Games, Rodea the Sky Soldier put me in control of the titular character, and it felt really refreshing. Learning to fly properly takes a little bit of time to hone your craft, but once I got the hang of it, it felt very rewarding and innovative. Combining melee combat and long-range airborne action, Rodea the Sky Soldier feels like the spiritual successor to the Knights games and what Sonic the Hedgehog games should have become into the future. I'm for any video game that's seeking to pioneer new ideas, and while this title's mechanics were technically built for the Wii Remote, I still really love it.
Was that a cat?
No, not a cat.
Do I need to talk more about how much I love this game? Yeah, for those of you who didn't see my review that I made of Devil's Third last month, I found it to be one of the most fun action games that I've played in a really long time. Yes, it's got some bugs and it's unpolished in a few areas, but the blend of first-person shooter and third-person melee combat gave this a refreshing approach to defeating other enemies. It's straightforward, not overly drawn out, and it has a difficulty that actually hits you back. Huh! The novelty of a game being legitimately difficult. I truly hope that Nintendo hasn't given up on Itagaki's Baby, because I want to play more of this anytime.
Jane.
Hello, Ivan. It's been years since you've come to my bedroom.
Do I even have to talk about Shovel Knight? This game pretty much speaks for itself, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah, side-scrolling games will never die.
I'm talking about you, David Cox, president of Mercury, Steam, and the horrible Lords of Shadow games.
And the creative minds behind Yacht Club Games know that. Shovel Knight is a 2D gaming at its absolute finest, and it not only reaches back into the past for inspiring level design and great music, but it invokes a progressive mindset regarding thoughtful puzzles and an amazing cast of characters. The game may be short, but the replay value is through the roof, and it was an incredible experience that I'll always remember. In the 10 years since it's become mainstream, online gaming on home consoles was never something I really invested interest in until Splatoon came along. I boot up, log in, and I can literally lose hours just playing regular matches with random people. The Splatfests make this feel like a special event in and of itself. The Inklings are adorable, there's a bountiful amount of weapons and items to unlock, and that music is super catchy. Juggling up my playstyle and tinkering with the various weapons and abilities that they offer you depending on what guns and shoes and shirts that you buy, and testing them out on the field is like working on some weird twisted science experiment. I never really thought that I would have fun playing a game online until I got Splatoon, and who knows, maybe this will have me opening up to playing other games online in the future, probably only to get the living crap kicked out of me.
Wonderful defenders of our world. Their faces are forever masked. Their dreams are forever unheard. They are. Invaders, lay down your arms, or lay down your life to the wonderful ones below.
Cereza, you haven't felt anything strange recently. Our friends in Paradiso are far too quiet.
I didn't buy a Wii, I didn't buy an Xbox 360, and I didn't buy a PS3 when they first came out. I was kind of at a point where I was pretty much close to giving up on new games in general, and I was just going to play old stuff. And then I saw the trailer for the first Bayonetta game, and I knew I had to play it. So by the time I got that current generation of consoles, this game blew me completely away. When the sequel became a Wii U exclusive, I thought they just struck gold. They found the best action game ever made. Fluid controls, gorgeous visuals, intense boss battles push the power of the Wii U to being one of the best action games of this one of the best games overall of this generation. I continue to find the Bayonetta character a total delight. She's incredibly cheeky and cool, carries herself like a total rock star, and her attitude and demeanor adds a great deal of life to a slew of game characters that I find kind of sullen and boring. The action is captivating, and the scale of the monsters can be breathtaking at times. Bayonetta 2 is everything that I seek in a video game, and it totally delivered, and her appearance in Smash Bros. Solidifies her presence as a modern-day gaming icon. I don't want to sit here and tell anyone to go out and buy a console to play Bayonetta 2, but I'm going to tell you to go buy a Wii U so that you can play Bayonetta 2. If you regret it, I will eat styrofoam on air. That is a promise.
Release my Umbran sister.
Well, there you have it. My top 10 favorite Wii U games. Kind of surprising to see a Sonic game on someone's Nintendo top 10 list and no Mario game. Yeah, it kind of threw me off as well, but actually, now that I think about it, not really all that much. Thanks for watching and listening to me run my mouth for more than a couple of minutes over E3 trailer footage. And hey, if you're not too busy, check out some of these links below of some gamer guys that are pretty darn talented. They're very good, and I recommend subscribing to their channels. Or maybe I have the links up here. Maybe. I haven't figured out how to effectively do that yet. So if the links aren't where I'm pointing, then they're probably in the description bar. You should probably hit the description bar because there's a good chance I would have screwed this up. Now it's getting awkward.